Now this is a concrete wall behind me, so obviously this is the troublesome wall in this room. You can probably hear the echo right now, just of me talking. There's really nothing on the walls, pretty much blank. I've got two closet doors over here, and then the other wall over here is drywall, and there's kind of a large window behind you. So really, I wanted to try to take care of this concrete wall first. And fortunately for me, this is a rental, and it looked like somebody else has drilled some holes in this wall already and tried to fill them in with putty the best they could. So what I did is I recessed a few nails into the wall, the already existing holes. So landlord, if you're watching this, it wasn't me. It was whoever lived here before me. So what I did is I sunk some nails in there and put a little epoxy in there so they're hardened up and stiffen up so they're not going to back out or slide out, and they are in there pretty good. So come move out day, I'm probably gonna have to get some pliers and take them out myself, but that's for another time. This right now we're just trying to solve for some answers, and again, got that nasty concrete wall that's causing all kinds of echoes, and again, I'm sure just my voice and claps and snaps probably sound like they're popping already, or at least echoing. So hopefully these little panels can help with that a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do is play just a regular old beat. Now the speakers are behind you, they're behind the camera, so they're behind the microphone. The microphone's actually pointed at the wall because again, we're interested in killing the echo that's bouncing off the wall. So my thought process is we're going to blast tunes from basically behind you there, behind the camera. At my PC, I've got two monitors pointing this direction. That's just how the room's set up. And so we're going to blast, again, right at this wall. The microphone's pointing at the wall because, again, we're trying to capture the audio that's coming off the wall, not the audio that's necessarily coming off the computer. So with that being said, I'm going to kick off a beat, a test tone, and see how it all sounds. So without further ado, let me play our first test. So yeah, this is a beat I made ages and ages ago, an old Reason 4.0. But again, we're just seeing what it sounds like coming off this wall. I'm sure it's echoey. I'm sure my voice is echoing quite a bit. So I'm going to play a test tone. We're just going to play A440. We're going to kind of blast it at the wall. Hopefully it'll catch a bounce. I'm also going to record this on Audacity, so again we can visualize the two recordings. Okay, so here we are in Audacity. We're going to go ahead and fire off 3 test tones, see what it sounds like without the panels. Now the clicking you're hearing beyond just my mouse, that is actually my heater. I've got electric heating, and it's cold, man. It's December, so I'm just getting that recorded. So here we can see our volume spikes, and now we're set. Let's put up the panels. Well, they're up on the wall, so they're at least hung. And I've gotten this microphone cranked up kind of high, so hopefully I'm not too loud while I'm talking right now. But we're gonna run our first test. We're gonna play a couple jams, maybe a test tune. We'll do a beat, and then maybe echo might sound like. But for this first test, we're gonna fire up just a regular old beat. See how the thing sounds. So it's the first tune. Honestly, I can tell already just from me talking, it's brought the echo down quite a bit because that's a concrete wall right there. So maybe it doesn't sound as echoey. It'd obviously be a lot easier to tell once I put the recordings back to back, and you can flip side to side, cut back and forth on them. But honestly, I think this is working real well so far. Okay, now we're back in Audacity. We're going to try the same test that we had last time. We're going to fire off 3 test tones. First one. And number 2. And number 3. And look at that. Honestly, I can tell that with the panels, visually, that looks like a smaller little caterpillar to me. So that's good. Okay. So just a quick comment. I just want to really highlight that I'm trying to find out if these panels are effective at removing the echo or removing the bounce from the room. We know that these panels are effective in dampening the sound. We know that they will consume sound, but what I'm interested in is what do they do, or what do they sound like once they're up on the wall? Because again, we got a concrete wall behind us. We're sending the audio actually from behind the camera to the wall. So that means the audio is already going to pass the microphone, which means it's going to create a baseline for us. But the microphone is pointed at the wall. We're interested in the volume of what's coming off the wall, not necessarily the volume of the room holistically. So if we look at the results of our test, you'll see that yes, they are fairly similar. They're very close, but I would argue that there's a much more significant reduction in that second test with these panels up here than what meets the eye. The closer you look at those two lines, you'll see that yes, the second test with the panels is quieter than the first test without the panels. People argue about values and things. Again, I just wanted to see whether or not I could visualize an actual difference of what's coming off the wall. In my opinion, we did. It was a successful test. So that's why I'm going with the review that this is a good method, that this, if you have a Goodwill or thrift shop available to you and you get 15 pounds of towels and you want to make some dampening panels, I think this is a fantastic project. I highly recommend it, and I think our test was also successful. So before you light me up in the comments, no, I'm not a master producer, audiophile, audio technician. I'm just a dude in an apartment that's got some fun toys, and I just wanted to kind of put some stuff together to see what kind of outcome we were going to get. So again, the audio, I already know it's coming from the speakers behind you, it's passing this microphone, it's hitting the wall, and it's coming back. So that already is going to kind of elevate the audio, not necessarily interference, but it's just going to kind of raise the amount of volume that this microphone is receiving. So another test I could do to see how much dampening these things do just in the wild is turn the microphone around and put the panel in between the speaker and the microphone. That would be a good test just to see how much these things consume. But again, the point of this test, I want to measure how much sound is coming off the wall and see how much volume is being consumed by these panels. Because if we get a baseline without the panels and it's extremely loud, and we put the panels up there and it's a little bit quieter, we know these panels are effective. So again, I think this is a really good review, a good test. It does kind of hit all the points that what I'm looking for. So again, if you have any better methods or methodologies that I should use for future videos, absolutely drop me a comment. I'm all ears to hear any kind of suggestions of what you have. But I think this is a great project, and if you got a little studio at home, or you're just trying to make things a little more quiet in your environment and not drive your neighbors crazy with whatever you're doing in your life, get some towels on the walls. So hopefully this video you found helpful. Thanks again.